Hello everyone, welcome to MVP Vishwakosha. Today we are discussing 28th and 29th September 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is about recent appointment or extension of R. Venkataramani as Attorney General of India. Okay, for exam perspective, it is very important. So R. Venkataramani, senior advocate, position Attorney General of India. So actually appointed. Original appointment is October 2022 for 3 years. So reappointment extension that is reappointed for further 2 years. So authority for appointment is appointed by President of India, the recommendation of the Union government, that is cabinet, and also constitutional provisions in that Article 76, Clause 1 of the Indian Constitution provides for the Attorney General of India. Okay, the Attorney General holds office during the pleasure of President. It is no fixed constitutional security of tenure. To practically use it. Okay, very important. It is remember that while Attorney General is often given defined term. Okay, and also in this to analyze the reappointment meaningfully, that role and functions of Attorney General. So chief legal advisor to the Union government. Okay, also represent the government of India in the Supreme Court and referenced by the President in Article 143. Article 143 is important, and also has a right of audience in all courts in India, and also can advise on legal matters referred by the President or ministers. And also, but does not have any executive functions. Okay, not like an Attorney General as in the US system. And also main important articles, that Article 76 Clause 1, President appoints the Attorney General. No express constitution limit on term. Attorney General serves at the President's pleasure. In practice, the government give fixed term appointment, it is 3 years, etc. Okay, for stability. And also Attorney General must satisfy the qualification to be appointed as the Supreme Court judge. Okay, that is the main qualification. And also some although that Attorney General is a constitutional post, that extension or reappointment are typically based on government confidence in the person's legal capacity. Okay, very important in the stability and independence, so political consideration, all that perspective. That is extension of Attorney General is very important. Next point, it is a recent incident that involving Russian warplanes near Alaska. Okay, that is interception by NORD and US jets. So here NORD, that is North American Aerospace Defense Command, a joint US-Canada organization that scrambled fighter jets to intercept 4 Russian military aircraft near Alaska. Okay, so the Russian aircraft include 2 Tu-95 strategic bombers and 2 Su-35 fighter jets. And also these aircraft were detected in the Alaska Air Defense Identification Zone. They remained in the international airspace and did not enter US or Canadian sovereign airspace. So NORAD deployed as E-3 Sentry 4 F-16 and 4 KC-135 tanker aircraft to intercept, identify and Russian planes. And also this is the 9th such incident in 2025. Such Russian aircraft near Alaska, and the 3rd time in about a month, and the US jets have intercepted Russian warplanes in the area. Also, you should know about that US Canadian authorities stated that such Russian activity occurs regularly, not seen as an immediate threat. So very important that air defense identification zone, and also interception of in international airspace and strategic and geopolitical context, and risk and escalation element. That is very important. Okay, that is also important that great power signaling and power projection and testing response readiness and deterrence posture, all that perspective, that is very important. Okay, so that is about recent news. Next news, that is about recent development at United Nations General Assembly in international forum involving India and Pakistan issues. Okay, so you know, right, Jaishankar's speech at the UN General Assembly. So at the 80th Union General Assembly, that Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar delivered a sharp critic aimed at Pakistan, alleging that neighboring country is the epicenter of terrorism and calling for ending double standards in fight against terror. And also he highlighted cross-border terrorism, and also demanded cutting of final logistical support to terror groups, and raised questions about the effectiveness of UN itself in addressing such global challenges. Okay. For this Pakistan stand and Sharif's address in his UN General Assembly address, Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif criticized India could the earlier May 2025 conflict and praised Donald Trump's mediation rule. And also Pakistan responded to the right of reply to Jaishankar remarks, calling them heretical and claiming India was misusing the forum. India countered the Pakistan reply, despite not being named, was an admission of its long-standing cross-border terror practice. So India rejects third-party mediation in Kashmir also. India reaffirmed that Kashmir is a bilateral issue and will not accept a mediation by third parties in response to remarks by foreign leaders. Okay. Also, the Ministry of External Affairs reiterated that India's stand on Kashmir has not changed and what external interference is unacceptable. And also, that is 2025 conflict, that Operation Sindoor and all. Right. In this right to reply in International General Assembly, okay, general debate and sovereignty and non-interference, terrorism as an international concern, also use of global forums for diplomatic signaling and diplomatic escalation and de-escalation, all that perspective very, very important. Also narrative and global image war and diplomatic strategy and limits of multilateral forums, all that risk of polarization, implication for India's foreign policy region stability, all that it is very, very important. Okay. So that is about current recent speech at United Nations General Assembly criticizing cross-border terrorism by S. Jaishankar and all. Next news that is about the recent Supreme Court order on green firecrackers in Delhi NCR. So here that Supreme Court has permitted the manufacturing of green firecrackers in Delhi NCR region, that is National Capital Region, but banned their sale, storage and use in Delhi NCR until further orders. And also certification required. Only manufacturer certified, that is National Environmental Engineering Research Institute and Petroleum and Explosive Safety Organ are allowed to produce them. And also the court has asked to center a proposed concrete plan to ensure that only certified green crackers enter the market and to decide how regulate sale or storage. And also very important that court had upheld the ban on manufacture, sale and storage use of all firecrackers including green ones in Delhi NCR due to air pollution concern. Okay, very important. Environment expert and activists have questioned whether green crackers truly reduce pollution meaningfully and whether leakage into local market can be prevented. Okay, so very important. Green firecrackers means are those designed to emit lower levels of particular matters, that is PM 2.5, PM 10, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, etc. Okay. So modification in materials and chemical composition, and also the court continue ban sale, use, bursting in Delhi NCR even by allowing manufacture under constraint. Okay, important balancing environmental right and livelihood, judicial activism, effectiveness, enforcement, inflammatory agent representation, all that perspective is very, very important. Okay, so that is about recent Supreme Court recent decision regarding green firecrackers in Delhi NCR region. Next news, that is a recent gold mine collapse in Nigeria. Okay, Zamfara state. So what happened at gold mining pit? Okay, Zamfara state in the northwest Nigeria collapsed. Okay, many miners were working underground. At least 100 miners are appeared dead. Okay, also 13 bodies has been recovered and some rescuers also suffocated while trying to dig out victims. And also the site is an artisanal, informal, illegal mining area, such as operations are common in Jafra and often lack safety regulation. The collapse is attributed in parts of structural instability, lack of safety measures, and possibly the involvement of criminal gangs controlling mining zones. And also, rescue operations are ongoing, but situation is dangerous, complicated by unstable terrain, limited equipment. So very important that mining that carried out by individual small groups, often with minimal capital tools or formal oversight. Right, these mines often get regulatory frameworks and also regulation and governance challenge and occupational safety and health is mining, and also disaster management and rescue operation in mines and social economic drivers very, very important. Okay, so that is about recent Nigerian state that gold mine collapse in Jafra state. Next news that is about there is recent news about Bidar that winning the jalsanchayjanbhagidari award and recognition. So Bidar district in Karnataka has been awarded the jalsanchayjanbhagidari award under the National Jal Shakti Abhiyan, Catch the Rain. Okay, so campaign for its exemplary water conservation effort, and also the recognition is given at the national level by the Union Ministry of Water Resource, Department of Water Resource, River Development, and Ganga Region. Along with the recognition, the award include a cash prize of rupees that is 25 lakh, and also that key intervention made by Bidar include construction of check dams and gaban structures, and also gully plugs and percolation ponds, soak pits, rejuvenation of traditional rainwater harvesting systems. So that Jalsanchayjanbhagidaribidarwon initiative was launched in 2024. So it is a part of extension of cash sharing water conservation campaign to encourage community participation and decentralized water conservation effort. And also the aim to promote collective action, so that is government, local bodies, communities, NGO, industries in enhancing groundwater recharge and water conservation. And also it is a relationship with the Jal Shakti Abhiyan, Catch the Rain. So Jal Shakti Abhiyan launched earlier is a mission to conserve water, promote rainwater harvesting, recharge aquifers, and manage demand and supply of water. So here very important that Jal Sanchay Janbhagidari is a initiative. Okay, also that it is people's participation. Okay, and also decentralized water recharge and some principles that decentralization and local solution, participatory and community involvement, integration of convergence, climate resilience, groundwater security, and incentive recognition mechanism. Okay, so very important. Okay, so that is about Jal Sanchari Jan Bhagidari Award recently won by Peter, that is from Karnataka. Next news that is about Anantshastra defense air defense weapons system. So here the Indian Army has issued a 30,000 crore tender to Bharat Electronics Limited, okay, well, for acquiring 5 to 6 regimes for indigenously developed Anantshastra surface to air missile air defense system. Okay, surface to air missile. Okay, the system Anantshastra is effectively an involved indigenous version of quick reaction surface to air missile being tailed for more mobility responsive and deployment along sensitive borders with that is Pakistan and China, and also deployment that is induction that is include 3 regiments, 36 launchers and radars initially covering critical stretches of western and northern borders. And also Ananshastra is designed by highly mobile, capable of search and track and on the move, fire on short hauls, and engage target range approximately 30 kilometers. Okay, 30 to 40 kilometers and altitude of 6 to 10 kilometers. And also the system include advanced features like automated command and control, resistant to jamming, and 360-degree coverage radars. Okay, in its architecture. And also the tender is part of India's push for self-reliance, indigenization in defense production, make in India or Atmanirbhar Bharat. And also air defense systems, that air defense involves multiple layers, right? Very short range air defense, short range, all that medium long range. Okay, so Anand Shastra will short to medium range. Okay, that is all that, and also mobility and shoot to that is capability and counter drone, also command control communication, and also defense procurement, indigenous strategic, very important. Okay, so that is about recent about Anand Shastra surface to air missile air defense system. Okay, also its tender value of 30,000 crore. Next news, there is about recent Russia-Iran nuclear deal. Okay, so here that $25 billion Russia-Iran nuclear power deal. So in that Russia's Rostom and Iran signed an agreement to build 4 new nuclear power plants in Iran's Horizon region. Okay, that capacity is 5 gigawatt in total, and reactors are described as advanced third generation in its. Iran already has one operational plant. Okay, so the deal was signed by even sanctions were being reimposed on Iran under the snapback mechanism of 2015 under record. Okay, so there is reimposition of sanction. The UN Security Council has reimposed arms embargo bans and on enrichment, and also nuclear related activities, travel bans, asset freeze on individuals entities in Iran. And also Russia and China attempted to delay the reimposition of sanctions, but attempt failed in the UN Security Council. And so strategically that treaty contest that, and also that snapback mechanism is a part of United Nations Security Council resolution of 2231 2015, which allows previously repeated sanction to be reinstated if violation occurs. And also, there is Russia previously aligned more diplomatically with Iran's right to peaceful nuclear programs. Okay, that is very important. That joint comprehensive plan of action 2015. Okay, also snapback mechanism, civilian versus military nuclear use, non-proliferation regime, sovereignty, sanctions, strategic autonomy, energy security, diversification, power politics, alliance, and sanctions. Okay, all that perspective, it is very important. So that is about recent new nuclear plant in Iran under the recent deal with Russia. Okay. Next news, that is about recent stampede in Tamil Nadu, Karur rally crowd crush. Okay. So here, recent crowd crush stampede occurred during the political rally in Karur district, Tamil Nadu, in location Velusamipuram along Karuri Road Highway. Rally was organized by Tamilnadustampede TVK, political party led by actor turned politician Vijay. Okay. And that toll at least 40% died, including children, more than 80 to 100 injured. Okay. So among diseases were children, women, and men were crowds also died. The permitted gathering size allied was 10,000 person, but actually crowd exceeded that number. Also, the crush began when people surged towards the stage, camping and vehicle. Vijay has been delayed by several hours. Okay, and also crowd had been waiting in the heat without adequate water, food, or amenities. Also, the state government has announced the commission's investigation. Okay, and also the political police filed a criminal case against senior leader TVK. Okay, and also for exceeding permitted crowd limits. It is very important that crowd management and public safety in events, large gathering, especially political rallies. Okay, crowd rush, panic, surges, and all, and also late arrival of and also accountability, liability, regulation of political rallies and public assemblies, disaster preparedness response, political, social, emotional dimensions. Okay, very very important. Okay? So that is about recent stampede in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Next news, that is about launch of Swadeshi 4G by PM Modi. Okay. So here that Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated BSNL's Swadeshi 4G network. Okay. So stack, which is India's indigenous 4G technology platform, along the lines over 97,500 4G towers. Okay. Including 92,600 BSNL sites were commissioned at a cost of approximately 30,000 crore. Also, the new 4G stack is cloud-based, further future-ready, and claimed to be upgradable to 5G via software modular architecture. And also, the rollout aims to connect 26,700 unconnected villages, including remote border and left-wing extremism-affected areas. The towers are solar-powered, making them part of Green Telecom push to claim to be India's largest cluster of green telecom sites. And also, with this step, India joins a select group of countries that manufacture their own telecom 4G equipment. Okay. And also, BSNL's 4G rollout using India's 4G 5G stack is a part of revival of public sector undertakings telecommunication. Okay, that is Atmanirbhar Telecom Sovereignty. Very important. Okay, that is Swadeshi 4G, indigenous 4G stack. Okay. Very important. Telecom stack, network architecture, modularity, sovereignty, digital autonomy, security, bridging the digital divide. All that role of BSNL, Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, industrial policy, all that perspective is very, very important. So that is about Swadeshi 4G recent news. That is BSNL's indigenous 4G stock launched by PM Modi. Okay. That's about 28th and 29th September 2025 current affairs. Thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for you, UPSC and all competitive exam. Thank you.